what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Youngstown State Dynasty, and picking things up here in NCAA 06 in the midst of football season, guys. So we got the month of October in store, and it's going to be a good one. Make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe as well. If you happen to be brand new to the channel, it helps so much more than you imagine. And we are right now just down bad right now. We started the season 0-5, and dating back to last season, we are currently riding a 7-game losing streak. And things do not get any easier for us. We are coming in with our backup quarterback, and we are going to be slated to take on the Tennessee State Tigers, who do come in number 12 in the country. They're 4-1 on a 2-game winning streak. They're a C overall squad, D+ offense, C- defense. We actually, on the other hand, do improve to a D+ because we now have a D+ offense and a D- defense. So, you know, we're showing some growth, we're showing some development, which is something that I do like to see. But, you know, we need basically a miracle to turn things around. I mean, unless we win the remaining games on our schedule, we are most likely going to miss a bowl game, you guys. So it's going to be a tough one. So make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you have to be brand new, as we jump into a doubleheader. Going to be playing Tennessee State and Western Kentucky. But one thing that I do want to note before I jump into this thing, I did change a couple of names. Most notably, one person I did change is Jack Flash. Saw his custom recruit information late, so that's actually my bad. So y'all knew him as Austin Douglas. He is now going by Jack Flash, and I got plans for Jack Flash, man. He is just simply too talented to be left on the bench. He's actually an impact player, and, you know, obviously I can't bench Chris Ty because Chris Ty is too talented, but Jack Flash, man, is an impact quarterback. So even after Chris Ty returns, I do plan on utilizing him in certain packages. I'll explain that later in the episode. But guys, let's go ahead and jump right into this thing, man. I hope you guys are excited, man. Gonna take on the Tennessee State Tigers, the number 12 team in college football, at least down here at the FCS level. We'll see if we can pull off a huge upset for our program, and I'll see you guys on the field for this home game against Tennessee State. Alright, boys, so Tennessee State is going to start with the football, and we gotta contain that running back in the backfield. Y'all already know he is a bad man, and we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Moe, we get in the carry. He makes a couple of guys miss, and this is what I've wanted to avoid. Motley getting that 14-yard rush off rip. Dude has been a beast, averaging 80 yards a game so far in this second season of FCS football. Is now Tennessee State on the 37. Cook looking over the left hand side, finds his star receiver Tyrell Williams for a gain of 23, and the Tigers are moving quickly downfield. We'll see if we can get him off the field here on this 3rd and short, as they will go to Motley. Motley able to find some running room and picks up yet another easy first down. And now chilling outside of the red zone. Motley got some space in the corner. One man left to beat. Reed can't bring him down, and it's a touchdown. Tennessee State, and the Tigers will end up going ahead and striking first, showing why they're one of the best teams in all of FCS college football. And now we'll end up taking over, looking for a response. We'll see what Jack Flash can do here on this 3rd and 10. As we roll out to the left, we find somebody downfield, and it's Thomas making a nice catch for us downfield. So we are now in Tennessee State territory as we face another 3rd and short, this time looking for Jody Gentry to pick up the first down, and some difficult running for us, but we do find enough space to pick up that first down nonetheless. As now 1st and 10 from the 31. Flash looking over the middle, but throws it into coverage, and the true freshman making a terrible decision. We had a chance to get points on the board, And simply what we ended up doing, man, we fumbled the bag there as he wasn't even facing that much pressure. It was just simply a bad choice. And that will allow Tennessee State to take over at about the 30-yard line. So we need a response from our defense as Motley tries to get it out to the right-hand side, but it's going to be stuffed. One of our defensive linemen, Sean Barnes, ends up getting a little bit shaken up on the play. So hopefully he is okay. We'll see what's going on with his injury, of course, because we already are really thin on the defensive line. So this is definitely a big loss for us. As now, 3rd and 11, Cook looks over the middle, gets it out to Wade, but it's not going to be anywhere close to that first down marker. So at least get the stop that we need, but let's see if we can respond with a touchdown of our own. As Jack Flash is going to roll to the left, he's going to throw it on the run, finds his receiver, John Langford. The senior comes down with a huge catch. And now back in Tigers territory, we're going to tie it up. Flash tries to throw it over the right-hand side, and he finds the tight end, Charles Hansbrough. And now in the red zone for the first time today. And we're going to strike back. 2nd and 4. Trying to get a play action going, but it's fumbled by Jack Flash. And the Tigers are going to recover it, and they are going to even dance on us, man. 88-yard touchdown. And that is a huge momentum shifter. We could have been talking about this being a tie game, but instead, 14-0. And a nightmare start for us here, as we'll hand it off to Jody Gentry, and he fumbles as well. We just can't get a break right now. Already 3 turnovers here, and we hardly play a quarter of football, man. Definitely a rough day at the office for our offense. As now our defense put in a really difficult spot once again, as we're trying to hold it down here. 2nd and 6. Motley feeling himself a little bit, but it's going to be a throw to the left-hand side, and it's initially deflected, but it will end up being caught by the athletic tight end, who reached back and made the catch. And once again, Tennessee State finds itself in the red zone as they hand it off to Motley again, this time finding some space, and ends up being cut down eventually by David Silva. But inside the 5 for a 1st and goal is Motley looking for some space and dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee State. And another score for the Tigers here, as the number 12 team in all of America is simply having their way with us right now. We are just do not got that mojo right now. It's out. Not in the cards for us so far. As now we go to work here. 2 minutes left to play here in the first half, and we are in desperate need of a score. We'll see if Jack Flash can lead us down the field. As Flash drops back the pass, he's going to actually run for the first down marker, and does manage to get himself out of bounds and getting across midfield in the process. Nice little run there by a true freshman at quarterback, number 2 in his recruiting class. Is now 2nd and 10. Flash going to drop back again, looks to the right, rolls out and finds Thomas once again, getting to about the 24-yard line. That will put Jack Flash over 100 yards passing so far. At least put up some decent stats between the 20s. Let's see if we can actually find the end zone, though, as Tennessee State, they send the blitz. We're going to look, but no one covers John Langford, and it's an easy throw and catch. And it does end up going for another first down. 1 minute to play here in this first half, as Jack Flash is feeling himself. Option to the left. He's going to try to take it into the end zone. Breaks a tackle. It's in the end zone. Touchdown, Penguins. And we get the goose egg off the scoreboard. And will at least be a 14-point deficit now. But now it's the defense's time to shine. We'll see if we can prevent any more points from being scored. We'll see if we can go to the locker room with a 2-score deficit. But this isn't good, though. Bolden finding a ton of space there. And so Tennessee State one of the better offenses in America, by the way, are already starting out at midfield. Tough task for our defense. We'll see if they can hold it down as Cook going to look over the middle, finds Malone, who's able to make a couple of cuts and get inside the 35 off rip. Still got one timeout left to play. Going in a 3-3-5. This is another play action. Cook, he's got some time. He's rolling to his right and finds Williams, who's able to get that foot down and is going to be in the red zone again. They have scored in 17 of 20 tries so far this year. We'll see if we can deny them as Motley finds a crease and gets into the end zone with ease. And it's another touchdown for the Tigers, as it has just been an absolute slaughter here in this first half. Just perfect blocking, nothing that we could really do about it. So we have 20 seconds left to play here in this first half. We'll try to see if we can get some points on the board before we go into the locker room. As Flash will look over the middle once again, does find John Langford, and we will take our second timeout. Going to be chilling at about midfield. Been a lot of yards for Jack Flash so far today, as we'll try to see if we can connect with Hansbrough to the right as we go try to throw it up for Charles Hansbrough, but it's thrown behind. And another interception. Fourth turnover of the day, by the way, for this Youngstown State offense. And just trying to make something happen before the half. And we will be down 28-7 right now. It has not been a good look for us whatsoever. So now we take over here in the second half, and I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you whatsoever, man. That's just a great play by the defensive lineman. I mean, look at this. Demps, able to beat our offensive lineman because we have a, patchwork offensive line right now. Stays with it, and that's just an easy pick six, man. Just one of those games where just nothing has really been going right for us so far. Just trying to make something happen. We're getting good plays downfield, too. It's not like we're struggling to move the ball, because we honestly aren't. We're just turning the ball over so much, shooting ourselves in the foot all the time. And there's nothing we can do about it. And how is this a fumble? But Sean Taylor fumbles it right back. So Sean Taylor forces the fumble, and we have the ball once again. So let's see if we can do something with this second chance, as Flash is being chased. He's actually going to run for the first down. He's got some space to work with, and gets out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. As Jack Flash, his season stats are up on board right now. 50 yards and a few touchdowns. Definitely a little bit harder for quarterbacks to garner rushing yards. As, speaking of which, try to set up a play action for Jack Flash. And this Tennessee State defensive line, man, it is an absolute menace. Now I understand what Joe Burrow has to go through, man. And I'll tell you what, it is not fun whatsoever. As we face 2nd and 17, Flash looking for some time, looks over the middle, and finds the tight end, Charles Hansbrough, for a 30-yard pass. And a chance to get another touchdown on the board. We need it in the worst way. As now, 3rd and goal, looking in the pocket, looking for Charles Hansbrough, but cannot connect. And we do have to go ahead and settle for a field goal. So still down by 25, but at least showing a little bit more progress here. As now Tennessee State will take back over and gets it out to Williams over on the corner. And he will manage to pick up that first down. So now on the 48-yard line, Aaron Cook under center is going to hand it off to Moe once again, who breaks a tackle. He's off for the races. One man left to beat, but Reed sticks with it and thankfully makes that tackle. He was one of the last lines of defense. And now Tennessee State back in the red zone once again. 3rd and 9 as Aaron Cook is forced to throw. Going to look over the middle, but it's broken up. And we will also force Tennessee State to settle for a field goal. So we're finding a little bit more momentum as a team. We'll see if we can build off of it as we try to force that one. And that's just how this game has gone today. You see the turnovers. 7 turnovers today. It's just been just a terrible day for our offense, really. As our defense has to come out there once again. Just absolutely crushed right now. As now, 1st and 10. Hopefully we can keep him out of the end zone. But Cook going to look over the middle and finds Jackson for the touchdown. Nathan Holbert injures his knee too. So a little bit of insult to injury. Gives up the score. And all right, man. Well, we got the game done. We certainly got that going. And we didn't get a 50 burger put on us. I thought that was something that happened back in year number 1. But to be honest with you guys, that's the only thing positive that I can really say out of this game, right? Like, this was just a really difficult one to go in. And it was one of those games where we just couldn't get out of our own way, right? Like, we had as many first downs as Tennessee State, and we also had as much total offense as Tennessee State. We could play with them, but all the turnovers that we had, we just could not get out of our own way. And look, it would be something else if we ended up going ahead and, you know, we drove downfield and we ended up settling for field goals, right? Like, that's something that I can certainly accept, right? That's something that I could be okay with. But all the turnovers that we had, you know, we had, I believe, a couple of fumbles or a couple of turnovers in the red zone. Like, that's not winning football at the end of the day. So we got crushed in this one. Bowl eligibility, definitely out of the question at this point. Really, I don't know, man. It just felt like we did not have any belief that we were going to win this game, and it certainly showed that way. Only thing left to do now, we got 5 games left in this season. Bowl eligibility, out of the question, but let's see if we can do something to save Jim Falzon's job, because even though with the sanctions, there's no excuse to be as bad as where we are right now with the class that we brought in at the end of the day. So we do end up simulating the Eastern Illinois game, like I said, and we do end up losing, unsurprisingly, yet another game. We lose to Eastern Illinois, and we were right there, right? We were winning 16-7 going into the final quarter, but I don't know what it is. We just can't get out of our own way. They come out 4th quarter, 21 unanswered points, and we find, like, we're there, like, with chances to win games, it seems like, and we find ways to lose them, not find ways to win them. It's like we're scared to lose games all of a sudden, and that's showing on the field. We're not playing to win, we're playing not to lose. So, I mean, it's a tough one here for us. We're 0-7. And now it comes down to this Western Kentucky game. Now, we have other games besides Western Kentucky. I mean, we also have Tennessee Martin. That's going to be our senior day. That'll be in the next episode. And then we also have our road game against Jacksonville State, which we are pretty similar to them as well. But, I mean, right now, the way that things are shaking, if we don't beat Western Kentucky, then we are actually in serious danger of not winning a single game this year, right? Like, I am not joking whatsoever. I'm looking at these other 3 games right here. Tennessee Martin, not certain. Jacksonville State, I'm not sure either. And then, actually, I misspoke. Southeast Missouri State is our, that is actually our senior day. Granted, we do only have 9 seniors. So, the good news is, I am pretty sure that we are a little bit healthier at this point. Not much. I mean, David Silva does hurt himself yet again. He has a knee cartilage tear, so that's trouble. But we do have our quarterbacks back. Chris Ty is back playing with us once again. But I don't know who to go with, man. I don't know who to rock with in terms of quarterback. You know, Chris Ty is pretty good. He's showing as an impact player. And then Jack Flash is also an impact player as well. So, yeah, what we might be doing here is we're going to go ahead and move forward with a 2-quarterback system with the remainder of this season. And then, which I'll go ahead and jump into, I'll show you what packages I will have Jack Flash in, even though we will be moving forward, starting with Chris Ty, because he's a little bit older, and I love his talents, but he needs to get better at making decisions, and that's why I'm not starting him full-time outright. So I'll show you guys what packages we're in, and then we'll jump into this Western Kentucky game, man. Alright, boys, so I actually am recording this on a different day because your boy needs some sleep, right? Your boy was tired. And this is what I decided to do, right? This is what I ended up doing. Actually not there. Where I want to go. Okay, this is where I want to go. Formation subs. It's a little bit of a different format than NCAA 14, so please bear with me a little bit. So for most formations, I am still going to start Chris Ty because what I like about him, he may not be as athletic. He still has some solid athleticism, right? And he does also have the ability. I think he makes better decisions at the end of the day, but I still have him in more of a couple of those spread formations, like Jack Flash, for example. I'm going to put him in that ace bunch as well as the ace spread, just so that he has a little bit more space to work with. So I still have him in a few formations, but for the most part, I will be working with Chris Ty as the starting quarterback. And with that, we got to go ahead and see if we can take care of business against Western Kentucky. We do have better ratings than they do, so we got to find a way to win this game, man. We need a win in the worst way, so hopefully we can get it done. But hey, regardless, man, if you're still enjoying the content, it would really mean a lot to me if you went ahead, you smashed that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new. And with that being said, man, I will see you guys on the field. Some rivalry game action taking on Western Kentucky. Let's get it done. So in desperate need of a victory, we'll see if we can go ahead and deliver as we go on the road here in Western Kentucky. They start with the football, starting by throwing over the middle and finding a wide butt naked open Jones for the easy first down. But Western Kentucky has struggled with third down conversions. They are in the bottom 20 in terms of third down, so we'll see if we can make that trend continue. But an easy run over the middle, just ran it in straight into the gut of our defense, and we didn't have that toughness. So now another third down coming, the second third down already for the Hilltoppers, as Cohen looks to the left, but nobody there to get him the football. And we will get him to a fourth down, but the Hilltoppers are going to go for it here, and they're going to go and pass. Cohen looking for some time, but throws an interception right into our linebacker. And listen, we're going to get that ball anyways because it was fourth down, but hey, love to see how our defense responded after giving up a few first downs initially. And now our offense will go ahead and take over. We do have Chris Ty back, thankfully. And we still plan on utilizing Jack Flash as we get it out to Charles Hansbrough, who picks up a decent amount of yards. But it looks like one of the Hilltopper defensive linemen end up getting shaken up a little bit. It looks like something with his wrist, as we need this rivalry game victory in the worst way. As Chris Ty lines up in the I formation, third and short. Jody Gentry gets the football, and tough time finding space, but we do pick up the first down nonetheless. As now on the 44-yard line, second and long as we go play action. Ty got a man, but he's just going to go ahead and run it instead, and does nearly reach the red zone as we looking to get the first score on the board. We need this first strike in the worst way. Ty, play action, looking, going to try to throw it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. And we will go ahead and just settle for a field goal there. But we will at least get that lead. Going to be up 3-0. And we will also get a free and out on the next possession as well, as Jody Gentry gets a ton of space to work with there. As that will end the first quarter, and we do have a 3-0 lead. So now we jump into the second quarter of action as Isaac Jefferson is going to move things along, gets some good running in. And not to mention, we also managed to draw a flag as well. Face mask is going to be half the distance to the goal line. So in the red zone once again, had to settle for a field goal last time. Looking for 6 this time. Chris looking. He's going to try to throw it towards the end zone. And I don't know how they do not give that to John Langford. I personally thought that he had that first down, but I guess the officiating at NCAA 06 disagrees. So now we'll try to go for it here. 3rd and goal. Looking to get it into the end zone, but we can't punch it in. 3 tries inside the 1-yard line. We don't get it, but we're so close at this point. I'm not trying to settle for a field goal. We're going to go for it. Jody Gentry, who finds the end zone. Touchdown, Penguins. And the young guys on this team starting to step up here, as we will end up taking a 10-0 lead. As now Western Kentucky sets to take back over, gets a nice run over to the left-hand side for being caught up in the 40-yard line. As now, a couple plays later, another run to the right-hand side, this time to Goss. And Goss, ends up getting stuffed for no gain, but Sean Barnes ends up getting hurt, man. I don't know what it is about him. He seems like he's a injury-prone player, because this is the 2nd time in this episode alone that he ends up getting shaken up. Thankfully, they're not major injuries, but we'll have to see a little bit more as McGee gets open inside the 20 and brought down inside the 10-yard line. And it's going to be a huge play for the Hilltoppers, as Western Kentucky is in a position to get their first points of the game. Is now 1st and goal. Cohen looking to the right, but it's intercepted by Adam Holbert. And Holbert going to take it the other way. No one is going to catch him, and my man is going to be gone like a girl in a country song. And that is actually the longest interception return for a touchdown. And so instead of Western Kentucky making this a 1-score game, we go into halftime here, man, and we got the upset alert bells going, up 17-0. So then we jump into the second half of action here, as Western Kentucky is still looking to get that goose egg off the board. We'll see what they end up doing here. It's Goss to the right, but it looks like he's thinking about throwing it. No, it's going to be a run. And Goss will still end up picking up that first down anyways, despite the fact that we did end up going ahead and covering that. It looks like they're trying to set up some kind of quarterback screen. So now, 3rd and 1. Trying to load up the box a little bit. 8 men in the box. Western Kentucky going to go with the play action. Cohen looks out and finds Dockery. It's the tight end who comes down and makes the catch. And now firmly in the red zone here. We'll see if this is the time that the Hilltoppers finally find the end zone. Is now 2nd and 3. Taylor runs it up the gut. Does not get it into the end zone, but it is going to be a first down, though. So a new set of chains to work with, as eventually the Hilltoppers will find the space needed. And finally, Western Kentucky gets itself on the board. We still have that 10-point lead, though. Is now we're back, taking over once again, as Chris Ty is under shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, as he's going to look over, has a man in front, Jack Flash, but overthrows him, and it's going to be intercepted. Man, that is absolutely tough. If he had a little bit less air on that football, I think he could have gotten a huge completion there, but just put a little too much oomph on that ball. And now the Hilltoppers back in business, looking to storm back against Youngstown State. Can we hang on and get our first win of the season? As now Cohen is going to be a play action again. Gets his, he's thrown, and it's intercepted back. It's Brian Brooks, the true freshman at linebacker, who's able to get the interception on defense. Let's go, baby. Oh, we needed that in a big way, as Brian Brooks sets up phenomenal field position for us, as we'll look to try to close this game out once and for all. As Ty sits back in the pocket, has some pressure, tries to throw it over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted. And Chris Ty looks like he injures his head a little bit. Took a huge shot there. So that means Jack Flash will now move to quarterback, as he will take a 3rd and 10 set, as Flash looks over the middle, but it's deflected away, and we will settle for a 36-yard field goal attempt. We'll see if we can make this field goal happen or not, as the kick is up by the freshman kicker Lee Richardson, but sails it to the left, and we miss the field goal. So it remains a 10-point game, as we will be going with Jack Flash at quarterback for the remainder of this one. A pinched nerve keeping Chris Ty out for the rest of his game, as Daniels looks over, and look who picks him up again! It's Brian Brooks, his second interception of the day, and this time, he nearly gets himself a pick six. What a career day for the true freshman linebacker, as he's been an absolute menace today. And now we take over inside the 5-yard line. Chance to add some points onto the board, and Isaac Jefferson, the tight end converted to fullback, ends up answering the bell. Touchdown, Penguins. And now a commanding lead for Youngstown State as we take a 17-point lead over our vaunted rivals in Western Kentucky. So 24-7 game, as it looks like Western Kentucky actually has a new quarterback into the game. And that's something that's kind of nifty about NCAA 06, right? If someone is playing like absolute garbage, they will be benched, right? The CPU will do that, and I think that's a really cool feature, and that's honestly something that I would really love to see in an EA college football game. You know, seeing the CPU do that if, you know, like the CPU starter does terrible and the backup gets put in because of it. But the backup not doing much better, though, as he'll end up throwing an interception there, and this time it's to Adam Walters, who ends up making a play on defense. Yet another interception for us, and this just might be barbecue chicken, man, as we end up pulling a stunning upset over Western Kentucky. They did not believe in us. The analysts, they originally picked Western Kentucky to win this game, but the beautiful thing about rivalry games is you have no idea what's going to happen, and we finally get our first win of the season. So we finally did it, boys. We end up finally winning a game this year. Man, it's been an absolute it's been rough for us, man. It really has been. But that being said, though, good win for us. 24-7. We went on the road. We went against a decent Western Kentucky team, at least not on paper, but record-wise. And feels good to win a rivalry game. And that's despite the fact that we didn't have a lot of total offense, but we didn't necessarily need to, because we dominated on the turnovers today. We ended up getting 5 interceptions in this game, one of which we did end up returning for a touchdown. So the defense did really step up today, right? But Chris Ty, not so much. Only 5 for 16, 53 yards, interception. Jack Flash, he was in there a little bit as well, 0 for 3 in the game. But some of it was because he did had some passes dropped in his defense. Rushing game, not much happening here either. But Isaac Jefferson and Jody Gentry did both get into the end zone for us on the defensive side. Also, only 2 receivers caught footballs for us today. John Langford and Charles Hansbrough in this one. John Langford, he ends up going 3 catches for 33 yards. And Charles Hansbrough with 2 catches for 20. Sean Taylor did end up with 8 pancakes today, and then John Langford also ended up with a couple pancakes. No sacks, so great job by the offensive line protecting us, but really the biggest player in this one, the defense, was absolutely electric. Matt Hickman, he is a walk-on corner for us, I believe, ends up with 8 tackles, 1 TFL. That does lead our team, followed by the defensive player of the game, at least, if not the player of the game, Brian Brooks, the true freshman. 7 tackles, 1 TFL, had 2 interceptions today as well. He was all over this field among a team that had 5 interceptions. Nathan Holbert, a senior corner, ends up actually returning one for a touchdown. Adam Walters got an interception, and then Craig Franklin, one of our linebackers, that did step up once David Silva did get hurt. Also ended up with an interception. So 5 interceptions today. That is definitely a winning formula, and it just feels good to finally get our very first win of the entire season. It's certainly been a nightmare. Now, before I go ahead and sign off for this episode, we are also right around the corner from basketball season, kicking things up with season number 2, and we get the pleasure of getting a rematch against UCLA. They wanted to play us once again. They are an 87 overall this year. We are actually now bumped up to a 71, so we are at least better than what we were last year, but we will have our work cut out for us. But there is some new guys on this roster that I am definitely excited about. And how about a guy that's going to get a lot of attention early? Justin Jones, the true freshman, is going to be starting for us right away. He is at 7'1". He is now going to be expected to take those tip-offs as well as be that big man that we were desperately looking for. So I'm excited to see what he does in his first year. Birdie Footlock now is up to a 72 and now doesn't have to deal with the big men. So he's athletic for a 4, so we can utilize that to our advantage. Finn Otis is a new guy on the team. You guys might remember him as a 4-star. Finn Otis is on this squad now, and he, if he's not going to start, he is certainly going to be somebody that is going to be coming off the bench here and for the start of his Youngstown career. Remember, he was a JUCO guy back in season number 1 that we managed to sign. As for the other freshman, well, the other freshman on this team, this is a guy, you guys know him more so as the starting running back. He's also on this basketball team, but probably not going to get that much playing time this upcoming season, as Jody Gentry, it does come in as a 56 overall. The Troy, Michigan product, probably will get some run as the backup point guard, but, nothing more than that. Daniel Scott is also on this team. He is actually going to be redshirted, and then also getting a red shirt as well is Drew Hardy. So, I mean, definitely some guys that need help developing, but, that being said, I, like a little bit of the rotation that we have going on. We're at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players deep in terms of what we want to go ahead and try and accomplish this upcoming season. So expect these 8 guys to show up often, and then occasionally, some of these other players getting run as we, progress through the season and injuries happen. But yeah, man, that being said, next time out, we will be taking on the UCLA Bruins. And then we also have senior day for our football team. It will be the last that we hear from the football squad in the next episode, since they are not going to be going to a bowl game this upcoming season. So should be a good one. I hope you guys are excited for the future doubleheader that is up ahead. And if you are, make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe as well if you got to be brand new. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.